What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Neg Entropy Chronicles. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell to be alerted anytime I drop a new video. So, you've seen the title, you see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. I'm definitely happy about the verdict. Truth be told, a lot of people that I talked to, they really didn't have any faith. Or we won't say faith in the justice system. They were just like, we'll see how it plays out. Nobody really thought that they were going to be convicted, even with video proof, because, video proof over numerous times doesn't mean that you're going to get the level of justice that you're looking for, right? And because of what has been happening from quote unquote, an example is this chick here. She was a DA and she tried to obstruct justice because, people don't understand that there's a good old boys chapter and you got a lot of cats that run together and they happen to be, in certain positions of power where they can get people off by hiding information, hiding evidence, all of that stuff. And a lot of people was like, I don't even think they're gonna get convicted, right? So to hear that they got convicted, it was a good feeling because, you're talking about being vigilantes, running up on somebody who's jogging. Oh, we gonna make him, we gonna run up on him and do this and that. You gotta be realistic though when you talk about those type of movements. You can't just up and run up on somebody with a gun and then try to turn around and play it like, oh, if they attacked me, I had to do what I had to do. First off, what about that person? Let's talk about that. There are people in this world who know how to pull the victim card immediately. Some people say, oh man, this race is pulling a race card. They're running the victim Olympics and all of that. But let's really talk about it. There's other races that initiate, instigate, and antagonize situations. And then when a person responds in the manner in which they're supposed to, what happens? Oh, I had to do it because they were. What happens if they would have got the gun? Why were you there? That's the real question. Why were you there? Why were you harassing somebody? You know what I mean? Like, we don't never talk about that. Now, I want to give a shout out to the prosecutor because she made that clear. You can't go harass somebody who's ignoring you multiple times and then you try to cut them off and then they respond because they're the ones under threat because of what moves you're making. What are they supposed to do? Just tuck their tail under them and just bow down? Man, if my life is on the line, I'm not bowing down because you're not finna hog tie me. You're not finna tie me to the bed of a truck and drag me off and do willy-nilly with me until my body fall apart. Let's talk about that, man. That happens a lot. That's happened a lot in history. You know what I mean? And if you watch the video, if you didn't feel any sympathy for a man defending himself, then you're not real. You're not real about the stuff that you talk about. You're not real about self-defense. You're not real about, the ability to be free and not be harassed by people. And I'm talking about that DA prosecutor. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. So it says a former Georgia DA has been booked on charges linked to her alleged mishandling of the case of Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was pursued and gunned down as he jogged through a Brunswick neighborhood last year. Now, I already showed you the picture of her, but here she go again. Former Glenn County District Attorney Jackie Johnson has been arrested and booked for violation of oath and obstruction in the Arbery case. She was indicted by a grand jury last week. All right. Now there's pictures hanging like where you see her kicking it with the father and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now she claims that she didn't do it, but they already indicted her and all of that. You feel me? Now, I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I'm waiting to see what the actual sentencing will be because one was found guilty on all charges. Another one, I think it was like 7 out of 9, and another one was like 5 out of 9. So I'm really interested in seeing what their actual sentencing years are going to be. You know, because a lot of times we can hear the charges and hear that they're guilty, but what is the years going to be? That's what I'm waiting on. Because at first I was like, you know, I was 50-50. I didn't think they were, you know, I was like, man, this one's hard to dispute. But then again, you know, when you was looking at the jury pool, it was only one person of color and the rest were, you know, white. So it made me wonder, like, will they find sympathy in this situation for these attackers, murderers, things like that? Or would they actually see it for what it was, human beings and people attacking a human being, not anything else? But, you know, fortunately they did. But now I'm waiting for the sentencing. But we got to get to this place where we understand what real self-defense is, and not this cloud of, oh, I instigated it and now I fear for my life. Why are you instigating something? That's that like, we gotta understand that type of thing is bully mentality. I'm going to throw the stone, then hide my hand, and then I know it's you who threw it, so I hit you, and then you say, oh my God, he hit me, now I gotta do something to him. You should have never threw the stone in the first place. That's what we got to get to, you know. Back to George Zimmerman. Every time you see cases like this, everybody goes back to that, because who was really showing self-defense? Trayvon Martin. He was trying to stay away from an aggressor, and then he defends himself, gets killed, this guy gets off. Oh, well, he has self-defense. Stand your ground. Stand your ground only applies if you're the one being threatened. But if you're chasing after somebody, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, people get kidnapped every day. People get harmed every day. When does it become a place where you are allowed to truly defend yourself? You know, especially if you're unarmed. Because there are cases where you see people who are armed and they defend themselves, you know, and things go about the way they go. But there's these outliers that people don't mention, is when it's people that are unarmed. So yes, is this something to be happy about? Definitely. But does it mean it's a change in the societal path? Who knows? Like I said, I'm waiting to see what the sentencing is going to be. You know, let me know what y'all think down in the comment sections, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody. Peace.